What's up, guys? How y'all doing? I'm gonna go ahead and get started a little bit, not early, but a little bit on time-ish. Actually, 2 minutes late. Whatever. Welcome to Tuesday. We all know what Tuesday is. I know what Tuesday has turned into. Oh my gosh, do you guys see this hideous chair behind me? It's like the worst thing ever. I kind of want to set it on fire, but it's not my chair, so we're gonna let it sit there for a few minutes. Okay, so what Tuesday's become, sometimes Thursday as well, is Touch Up Tuesday. So I was looking at the ginkgo leaves that I did last night, last episode, and what I noticed was that the spider that I have on the inner part of my knee it's kind of lost a lot of its shape and shading, and something that I kind of remember that I learned after I did that. Yeah, touch up Tuesday. Yes. I have enough. I have enough things on me to touch up, and hopefully one day I have enough things on other people to celebrate Touch Up Tuesday with them as well. To the point where I don't have to do touch ups um, on my own work. Man, it's so rough. But yeah, so I was working on the ginkgo, and I noticed that spider just lacked a lot of depth. And something that I found later was that it's always better to go darker than what you think, because even, like it could be a couple of weeks, it could be a couple of months, it could be a few years. But either way, you can kind of see, that will fade over time. So kind of got lost in thought. I have this new gadget that I set up. It's not really a gadget. It's really the same thing that I use for pretty much everything other than my schoolwork anymore and streaming. Um, but I have my iPad set up, and off to a place where I can actually see the chat. So hopefully I won't miss anybody as they show up, if they show up. But anyway, let's get down to brass tacks, or what all the old people say these days. So I'm starting off with black, and I'm not gonna. I have not pre-mixed any colors, and I do need to mix. I don't have the luxury of being able to afford specialty colors yet, um, but I can afford black, especially as I'm only tattooing myself that I'm doing for free. No one else that I'm getting paid for either. But um, you know, $20, $20 for 8 ounces is like that's exciting. That's exciting to me. So I will be using L Pen due to lack of some resources that I have. Uh, so for a little while, I am only able to use this particular pen, which is fine. I really wanted this pen whenever I first saw it, and couldn't justify having a pen machine and not knowing anything about tattooing. Little did I know it's just a rotary machine in a different shape, which I already had a rotary machine, so rad. But yeah, so I've got this, and I'm pretty stoked about it, and so I don't mind using it. I just like that harder hitting, uh, you know, direct drive rotary that just I can get up to 4 millimeters of needle stroke length on there, so it's pretty good. I'll keep it. All right, let's see what we got here as far as that is sticking out some. And I'll show you guys this spider. I mean, you're going to see it as I tattoo it anyway. One of the brilliant things about it is right off the bat, I already know I can use my green soap pretty freely without having to. Well, I do have to worry about welting, but I don't have to worry about wiping my stencil off. So there is that. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this guy in frame, which should not be a problem since I was able to get those ginkgos in. Those things were amazing. Oh, 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 found it. There it is. Okay. So that's the top part of my leg. There we go. So you can see the spider. This was originally supposed to be like this crazy, gross green color, like in here, like a poison of sorts. And then the spider is actually supposed to be looking like it is climbing, like it is um, on me, not like it's smashed, right? Like maybe that's a little harsh. I don't know. Maybe it's not harsh enough, but I feel like I can do a little bit more with this. So I'm using a 7 round liner. It's kind of a big boy for this. Crap. You know what I forgot to do? You guys aren't gonna believe it. We're just gonna go right back up here. What happened? What happened, you ask? Or maybe I don't know. Shave my legs. I shave them legs, yo. What else? What else are you gonna do? I mean, you got all the time in the world, just hanging out. Gonna shave them legs. Yeah, but you can even see, because I haven't really looked at it. Yeah, I feel kind of ashamed saying that. Like I haven't even looked at this tattoo, um, very much, and since I did it, and I can see like I just had some fallout, which is kind of crazy, and there's just this whole lack of like shadowing and good color penetration in there. So um I am going to kind of start probably where do I want to go? I think here. I think we'll come here. And I just want to I'm trying to pull this nice and tight. This particular area, it's my knee, but on the side. There, bro. So I actually used that one time, and I think I was in like high school. I thought, oh no, I'm getting all these hairs. I'm not hot. It wasn't the hair, man. It was just me. But yeah, I use that stuff, and essentially, what it does is it melts the follicles, like your hair follicles. It just burns them out, like chemically burns them. And so, like I didn't know, I read the directions, but apparently I didn't really feel like paying attention. So I thought that the Nair just somehow got rid of the hair. Made sense to me. And so I was waiting for the hair to start going away. And I mean, yeah, it does look a lot different, like a lot grosser. Um, whenever you use it. But yeah, man, that stuff like burned the living crap out of me. I was in pretty bad shape. All for vanity, son. All for vanity. And I mean, it doesn't even compute. Doesn't make any sense. So, in case you guys get disconnected, there's kind of a storm going on in this area, so I hope I don't lose y'all. Yeah, that is the worst, man. Like I didn't do that. I just hit the chest hair. But bro, I had like chemical burns. Ooh, on my chest. It was uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. The worst. I can tell you though, um, I don't really I don't really care to not have it's just it's a lot of work. I'll shave my legs like, a couple inches at a time and do something with it. Yeah. So I'm being a little bit more I guess less constrained, a little bit more free with how I'm doing this time. Thank goodness. Like I feel like the first time I did it, it turned out okay. Like I mean, I'm not ashamed of this one. Like I've been walking around with it like unabashedly for for a minute. But it is like uh, it is not is not a great example of my capabilities. So um, yeah, that's okay. It's good to learn. It's good to grow. Good to have like that. Just a little bit of freedom. A little bit of freedom to make mistakes, I guess, and keep up with it. So, um, if you are just joining the channel, if you have not been here before, I want to go ahead and give you the heads up that I am not a professional. I do not claim to be a professional. I do not do the things that professionals do. Um, like, entertain the idea of permanently doing art on somebody's body. This is something that I do for me. I try to keep things as sterile as possible, but I do have kids and I do have pets. And, I have me as well, which is also kind of a mess. So, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here. Please feel free to, hop in the chat. I do look up occasionally, just like now. So, yeah. And if you find this at all relaxing, informative, entertaining, or you just want to drop me some hate mail, please, by all means, follow me. I'm here for y'all, and mostly for me, but also for fun and sometimes other people. This is I think this was my first truly ambitious tattoo. Um, and while it did work out okay, it was not 100% successful. I'm beginning to think that nothing really is, though, so it's okay. So, uh, yeah, something we have fun here. We do. We do have fun here, man. It's true. Um, I have fun. But I really, really hope that other people have fun as well. And I mean, it's a small but kind of fun uh, group, little community that we've established here. So this back leg I know I kind of messed up in a couple of spots. Looks like I'm continuing on that tradition, but it's okay. I actually plan on going around this maybe with a little bit of a little bit of shading, like a shadow kind of popping up off the skin a little bit, give it a little bit more dimension, so it at least doesn't look as smashed for as long this time or as quickly. Now I am trying to get a pretty good stretch on this. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys can't see too far on what it is that I'm doing, but So this spider was meant to be kind of a poisonous symbol, I suppose. Oh, some of my tattoos I don't like to get too wrapped up in, if there is a meaning or anything like that. And then also, I'm just thickening up some of these outlines more towards the inside, just to again give a little bit of dimension, especially in the areas where shadow might play in. And this can be done, for me anyway. I see a little bit of freedom to do this, on the inside or the outside of the actual sections. These sections of segments. This would be a better word for them. These segments of the body and the legs. I'm going to end up drawing a little bit of blood with this as well. To be expected. Got some. Now I'm trying. I mean, this is a liner uh, needle configuration in this the cartridge that I'm using. Um, so it's not really meant to do a whole lot of shading, but uh, to each their own. And for me, in some of these tinier spaces, I really don't mind using it as such. It would be kind of a tight squeeze for some other configurations. So and I know it looks like I'm kind of scratching this in. I'm really not. These are tiny, little concentric circles that I'm drawing here. Just to make sure I'm getting the amount of ink that I want in there. Yeah, better already. I like seeing improvement on something that I've already done, especially since this was like, I don't know, this is pretty early on that I did this one. Um, I mean, I don't tattoo professionally, so it's hard to be like, oh, I started tattooing, so long ago. I didn't. I started tattooing maybe what, like maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, something like that. Yeah, I think so. I think so. And I want to go back and kind of fix a couple of things. So, um, you'll notice that I am uh, not necessarily working from the bottom up here, as is often
case for mini tattoos. But I'm also not working from a stencil. I'm not worried about losing any stencil lines or anything like that. So I don't know. I was actually going to count them today. That was going to be one of the highlights of my day, is counting out my tattoos. The last time I counted, I was almost at 40, and that's been a while back. I couldn't even estimate for you at this point in time. I'm I've got to be close to mid 40s, I think. Yeah, yeah. It really hasn't been that long. Let's see. I guess it's been since May, end of April, something like that. Sorry, I'm being quiet, guys. Sometimes it's really easy to just kind of get into things, kind of lose yourself a little bit. It's like some of the like calmest times of my day is just chilling out and really laying down some ink. Um, Hoping to get different results than I did the last time. Like this, I mean that this part. Yes, let me just wipe the ink off. That part that I just highlighted with black. No, this part right here, this one. Well, even both of these, they look. I want them to look sharp and pointy, but this one looks more like a knife or like a very small scythe. Like it doesn't look anything like a spidery, scary spidery leg. That bothers me a little bit. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine. I want to really get that in there. More, a little bit more of the hard line shading in here. Yeah, They actually, it wasn't copyrighted, and then they turned on some kind of copyright protection, like on most of the places that it streams, I guess, like last week. I don't know, maybe it was a couple weeks ago. So they took lo-fi beats off the streaming services. Let's see. I am like me personally. I know it is bullshit, but I think I saw it on Reddit, and there was already talk of people finding some alternative. So I'm sure there's an alternative to lo-fi beats out there now. It's, it is pretty relaxing though. If you haven't gotten a tattoo and you're watching this, like let me tell you, I can't say that you need to go out and get one. Like it's as personal and impersonal as what you want it to be, really. But I just feel like it is one of the few things that just makes me lose like what it is that I'm even going to say. Like just get hit pretty hard with that. Just how relaxing and chill it is. I mean, I guess acupuncture. Some people like that, but it's not my thing. I actually had acupuncture done. Like the first time I did it, I was like, I don't know about this, but I'll go back for a second time. And I'm sure, like I'm not saying that it doesn't work. It just did not work for me. Um, and that's okay. Everybody's built a little differently, but the guy even like did me a favor. According to him, like you're supposed to only really treat like the complaints that you have. Like if you're anxious and you're going to a tattoo to a chiropractor for something to relieve anxiety, they have um, like spots on your body for that Eastern medicine style to help you relax. And I guess one of those spots is in your forehead. Well, I went for my lower back from from an injury in a car accident, and the guy actually like he's like, oh, I'm gonna do you a favor or whatever, and he like put a needle like right in between my eyes, and like it didn't do anything. Like I don't know. That was and so I did it a couple of times. Just I don't like being a naysayer, even for myself. If I hadn't given it a try a couple of times. Oh yeah, just getting into this too much now. Sorry about that. So yeah, Tuesday. I'm sitting here. I'm working on my master's class, and like we've had just tons of projects in this class. I found it to be, it's an okay class as far as like being helpful. It's definitely stuff that kind of wish that I'd already known. You know, um, I'm not going to get into the details of the class itself because I don't really have a lot of, I guess, things to things to say. Like I don't want to say anything that would be considered critical or in praise of any uh, educational institution at this particular point in time. Wow, that was a lot of legalese that just came out of my mouth to basically say, I won't talk about man. But so we're starting to get somewhere with this. Underwater basket weaving would probably be just as amazing. Um, I just don't have a lot of patience for the way things are done. Anytime somebody tells me that this is the way things are done or this is the way that things should be done, I'm like, okay, this all sounds great, but like how do we make this happen? Like who is the agent for change in these situations where we talk about how things should be? Not me, that's for sure. Make sure that was where some of the dropout was around that area. So really wanted to make sure that I got in there. I'm gonna go in on some of these other smaller parts of this spider, just kind of. Oh, I'm gonna give this a wee bit of a rinse just to see what's going on here. See, just wipe up some of the excess black from there. All right, now something that I think would be very good to do is actually I have some brighter green that I would like to use for this whole thing. Um, and so really think let's use that. And then I've got some yellow that I want to add in just to give it a little bit more of that volatile, poisony kind of look. Oh crap! My yellow just like shot out with a force. So Eh, it's still mostly green. Oh, that's cool, man. All right. All right. And I think something that I'll do first is I'm going to switch over to this very tiny mag. This is a 7 needle configuration as well. I remember the last one I was using was 7 needles, but it was in uh, you know, a liner configuration. Where this one, I don't know if you can see, this is a very small mag. So I've got 3 needles on top, 4 on the bottom. So a total of 7 needles, just having a good old fun time. And that's what I'm going to use for, I'm going to do a little bit of shading, I think. So let me bust this speed down a little bit. And I'm going to, I don't know why, like maybe it's because my mags don't seem to push the ink very much. But I actually like the mag to be have a slighter less throw. So all right, and then what I'm going to do with that is I'm actually just going to come in here and do some really like light kind of shading in this area, and then a little bit more up here. And I mean, I'm just like, I mean, this is so little, like it's, I mean, so you can barely really even see anything there. I mean, there's even area between the black, right? So that's pretty cool. Now let me rinse this out. Like that's basically what I wanted to do with that. And then we're going to use a little bit of green. We're going to go with the lighter green first. Just go ahead and put this on here. Try to stave off that bleeding a little bit, keep the swelling down. Now this is supposed to be kind of a glass looking, is it thorax? It's thorax on insects. I don't, is it a thorax on, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, thorax. Right. And just do this. It is the Lorax. That makes more sense than you could possibly imagine, bro. This whole time, he does. He speaks for my knees. So, oh man, that's bad. My bad. Sorry about that. Uncalled for. Uncalled for. All right. So this is a very tiny mag, and I normally wouldn't have even brought this guy out um, to do this particular job, except um, that I wanted to work on some shadow around the legs and stuff. So, well, since I've done any kind of color packing, so this is kind of new and different. Let's see. Yeah, there. Where did that yellow come from? My pinkies are just like all up in the way. Wow. What's going on here? Yeah. hoping that I had a little bit better, just a little bit better on the penetration side of things. So yeah, but you got that dad jokes kind of mentality. Found myself getting there. It's kind of scary. I don't know how I feel about it. Mm, hate using all my colors, you know? Like I feel like there's just not a lot of them. And I love them so much. Grace. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. It's terrible. This is kind of a good poison green here. I just need it to actually get into the skin a little bit better. Shouldn't be too bad here. Let's see, we'll just pick up more of this. A little bit of that. Okay. Ugh. I'm really hoping that this takes a little bit better than it has been because I really don't want to overwork this, right? Like, last thing I want, like, I don't, like, oh no, peeling. No, that's fine. But scabbing is no bueno, and I really don't want that to happen. This will actually look pretty good. So all I'm doing here is trying to get slightly darker green, kind of blend in with that light green that I just threw down. Um, you go, getting there. It's like some of my favorite stuff to work on. It's just the tedium of. I mean, look, oh, that is so overworked. It's not really, but it is for me. This is not. It's not really my thing to have that much of a bleeding problem in these areas. You that would calm your jets a wee bit. Getting there. Really is getting there though. Like I know I keep saying that, but this is this is a dumb process for me. About where we're going to get to. Now I'm going to rinse this out and I'm going to try to lay down a few more spots for be a little mistake here. I'll fix it. But yeah, try to put on a little shadow here, give it a little bit more dimension. I might drop in some highlights. Shh, don't tell Turkey Noodle. Flips out. Um, how dare you? Dare you highlights? Okay, look. First off, yes, to stop the bleeding. Apply pressure. I don't know. Whatever. All right. Crank this bad boy down by quite a bit. And huh? What? Highlights, bro. I know how you feel about them. It's kind of fun. I haven't worked with shadows like this before. Always, it's like every time I touch a machine, like it's my first time doing something, and I'm cool with that. Like it's not a criticism. It's not even a self criticism. It's just that's how it be sometimes. Like a straight like you know dark shadow and no fade. And I don't know how long these shadows are actually even going to be relevant. Like how long they'll stay here. Um, it is. Huh, interesting. Let's get a little, it's a tiny bit of a raise around here, picking it up off the skin just a tiny bit. Some of these little wannabe illusions that I'm throwing out. Rinse, see where we're at. Wait, did you just say highlight sounded exciting? Get out of here. Get out of here, you. Here. So what I'm trying to do is just make sure that the light is uh, accurately represented. And I think I've actually got it. I think I've got it. All right. Yeah, I think that's much better than where it was. A couple of little tiny spots here and there, like these spots. As the ink gets a little stubborn, wipe, big look right there. It's dope as I need it to look right now. Sweet. All right. You can give a little rinse on this. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much again for showing up, being attentive, and hanging out. Like, I can't tell you, like, just how great it is to know that there's people there. You know, like that's pretty rad. And if you guys have any suggestions or feedback or anything like that, like, I'm the guy. I'm the guy to tell, because I'm the only one that can change anything around here. It's like I'm the dictator of my own little island or something. All right, so what I'm going to do now, one more rinse on this. Fresh napkin to wipe with. Okay, you can see I did add in some little shadows. Now going in here with this one more time. So I'm going to go in with the first needle that I was using. I know it's a round liner, and I'm going to try to just bolster up some of these dark areas that are actually on the segments. And by that I mean just like I'm just adding. You know what though? I do need to bump up my speed just a tiny bit. This should be a little bit gentler on my skin than just going all out, but yeah, this is not. What's going on in here? Oh man, it's been a while since you showed up, bro. How you doing? You know what's going on in here. Same thing that's going on last time. Me trying to fix things that I did wrong. It's pretty sweet. No, you showed up like, man, you're right at the end. I'm telling you. Like, thanks for stopping in though, for real. Like, again, I know the time difference is something else. I like how you just bust up in here like the police too. Well, I don't know, American police. I don't know if you guys are bang bang bang. 2:30 a.m. Gotcha, man. Yeah, here it's what, like, not even. I don't think it's even 10 yet. Yeah, it's 9. It's 9:30. 9:30 in the evening time. Yeah, I think I've gotten a lot more tattoos since the last time you were you were on as well. And by that I mean I've given myself a lot more tattoos. I don't know. It's like That's like my MO, man. Just can't really help it. Does he breathe? Does he have fingers? He can tattoo. That's how that works. All right, rinse this bad boy out, and then I got one more thing that I'm gonna try to do on this. I know the camera's a little bit fuzzy, and probably the connection is a little bit weak as well. But yeah, yeah, I've done a few. Um, we were just talking about it earlier, trying to figure out how many I've actually completed. I, I'm gonna give a count, and I'll have that number on Thursday, the next time I'm on. But yeah, I couldn't even tell you, like, at least 40. I think I'm running out of leg space, man. I gotta either get it, inventive, or start attacking people in their sleep. How rad would that be if you just woke up and somebody was giving you like a tattoo, as long as it was a good one, right? Like, whoa, I don't remember signing up for this. It'd be rad. Come on. For y'all not in the know, that's my wife. She knows that she's gonna wake up to me tattooing her sometime. She knows it's gonna happen. I don't know how she knows. Man, the stretch on this part of the leg is like, I don't know. I just never knew that the inside of the knee contained so much skin, so much floppy skin. No, you wouldn't. If it was a good tattoo, you wouldn't be upset. You'd be like, "Oh, what's going on here? Oh, rad." Am I the only one that wants to get tattooed in their sleep? Come on. Can't believe that. Don't believe that for a second. Yep, yep. I mean, I wouldn't just tattoo you with anything. I've got tattoos planned for all of you, even those who aren't watching. I am almost done with this. This is so crazy. It's crazy because I thought I would struggle with it. Um, some of the ways that things work on here, but look at that. Give a little rinse, rinse, rinse. Throw down some of this. Yep, 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 yep. All right. Added some shadows, added some highlights, reinforced some lines. It's a bony little spider now. It's a little bit more poisonous than it did yesterday. So, like that. It's a little bit more attached to my skin than I did yesterday. I'm going ahead and putting some of the A&E on this as well. This is the one I did last night. So, yeah, pretty happy with this. Guys, thank you so much. Hey, not dumb, man. I wish you would have hopped on earlier, but I know if I remember correctly, you are a person who deals with like crypto and stocks. So I can understand. Probably been a pretty busy few. Oh, let me stretch on over here. Pretty busy few weeks for you. So, but again, hey, if you like what it was that you saw here, you want to see some more, you want to interact, you want to say hey, please give me a follow, and yeah, I will be back on here on Thursday. I'm thinking most likely with a new edition as opposed to touching up some of the other things. Today, Tuesdays have turned into touch up Tuesdays. Generally, what that is just basically whenever I find something that didn't heal the way I wanted to or anything like that. So I saw it now. Maybe you typed that in 10 minutes ago. All right. Anyway, love you guys. And I will see y'all on a Thursday. Later. Good night.